What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Micah. We're going to be speaking on the Leos for this video. I'm going to give you guys a slight description of the Leos. So we have Leo is represented by the lion, and you can hear them roar as they enter every room with gusto. They are the shining stars of the zodiac, ready to take on the world in style. If you want some advice on coordinating your outfit, consult a Leo. Fierce Leo is one of the most loyal signs, but do not cross these fiery signs. They will let you know who's boss in a quick second. Clear on what they want, Leos have zero fear of going for it. Leos have zero fear of going for what they seek their sights on. That's just some slight description of the Leos. All right, let's begin. Right, so we have a Mystic Mondays Tarot. I'm going to be showing you guys right here. That is pretty much the pamphlet of what you're going to be searching for if you decide to pick up these cards, right? All right, so let's begin. For Leos, what do we have, Spirit, for the Leos? See what we have. Leos. All right, the first one we have for you guys that came in reverse is Eight of Pentacles. So we have Eight of Pentacles in reverse, right? So you might be having blockages as far as like your creative approach. Might be having blockages creating different things, or even kind of just unlocking your creativity, right? I know it can get hard, even if, you know, in certain times where you don't really have a lot of time to sit down and to discover who you are as a person and things like that. We can often just go with what the program assists us on to go, and we don't get to find our creative approach. It's very important to try your best to make time. See, finding time and making time, I'm not trying to lecture you guys, but honestly, finding time and making time is two different things. See, when you find time, you a sense basically you're waiting for life to give that to you. I want you guys to take in your day to try to make time, like actually develop a schedule or routine in a sense. That way you have 75% more chances of successfully completing a task that you put your mind to, because you know there's more of an obligation at that point. So when it comes down to your creative approach, find time to paint, draw, sing, do some type of art. Even if you're just mumbling under your breath, singing type of thing, you don't have to actually have vocals to sing, but just, you know, express yourself. Find ways to express yourself in different ways, whether it's talking, whatever it is, so you can bring out more of that creative side. It's important that we use that creative brain of ours, because in certain situations like problems, you're going to want to use that to problem solve and to create different solutions, because some solutions might not work for a problem. So it's important that we kind of get that creativity approach going, right? So it's gonna be a blockage with your creativity. It's time for you guys to make time. It's important that I express that to you guys. Make time for your creative side. All right. What's next for the Leos? We have Judgment. This could be situations to where you're feeling like maybe you're judgmental in yourselves, right? Maybe you've been judging yourself, or not even too judgmental, because it came in upright. So I'm assuming that's more of a things that could be happening right now. Let's just say if you're in a situation to where this applies, and you feel like you've been heavily judging yourself. Now, judging could be negative or positive, depends on how you look at it. But if you're judging in a way that is more optimistic, which means you're more seeking positive results, and you're more so judging yourself in a way that can benefit you, then I feel like you should just keep doing what you've been doing, especially if you feel like the results are going the way that you deem them to go, or you want them to go. Now, if there's a situation to where you feel like you're doing too much comparing, you're judging yourself compared to others and how fast others, like I see situations to where, let's say you're doing something. I'm not even going to include myself. Let's say you're doing something and somebody else feels like you're moving faster than them. Then they start to act different and things like that. And maybe you notice that, and then maybe you judge yourself for it. Like maybe you tell yourself maybe you should go slower or things like that. Either way, it's important to try to not focus too much on judging yourself and examining yourself and things like that. Yes, you want to see the results and things like that, but we in life we're supposed to just be living in the moment and living in the presence and not being too harsh on ourselves and things like that. So make sure if you guys are going to judge yourself, it's in the right reasons, in the right energy, and you will know because you will see the results of how you treat yourself. So if the card came off for you guys, so yeah, keep that in mind. I only say self-judgment because I'm looking at it and it's like a mirror. But I will get back to you guys if I get more information on this card once this reading is finished. And then obviously going forward, I will have different outlooks on this card specifically. But right now, I'm going off of my instincts and I see that it's kind of like a mirror or kind of like a reflective glass. So I'm assuming self-reflection or self-judgment on yourself, right? All right. What's next for the Leos? We have 9 of Wands, right? Came up right for you guys, 9 of Wands. You might be facing a lot of challenges, things that could be potentially feeling like, and I'm looking this way. I'm probably gonna look to my right. I'm gonna look at you guys because I can still see the card, but I was looking at this way so I can get a better visual. But I feel like in times like these, you might be in a situation to where you're seeing a lot of barriers being put up in front of you. I mean, it could be like simple things like going to the car dealership and you got to do what is wrong to get your car on the road. Something similar, right? A lot of times when it comes on to reading cards and things like that, we want to apply it practically in our own lives, because we all have our separate ways of separate thinkings and separate situations. So take this as to say any challenge that you're going through at the moment. This could be barriers that have just came up in front of you. And it's up for you to realize you have the capabilities to overcome them. One thing about it, our higher power is not going to put situations in front of us that we can't overcome. As you see from my personal viewpoint, I see she's got a stick. It looks as if the same stick that she's holding is the same sticks that are using to block her off. This could be a situation to where you have the tools, right? I mean, yes, problems come in our lives, but as long as you have the tools, or you can be creative, you can think of new ways and new solutions to defend yourself and to reflect and or fight off any of those problematic situations, whatever that might be, person, animal, car, clothes. I don't know what your problems are, but these could be situations. She has the same tool that could be a potential weapon towards the things that's actually stopping her from or preventing her from moving forward, right? So just keep that in mind when it comes on looking at things in that type of way. So this could be meaning like, again, I will get back to you guys on this information as time goes forward, and I will continue to evolve and things like that, as so should you. But at the moment, I'm assuming that you guys have the powers in hand to be able to do the things, to be able to face the challenges that you're facing. Right? What else we have for the Leos? All right, we're gonna take that one. So we have 7 of Cups. Let me put this up here. Okay, we have 7 of Cups came in upright for you guys. I see different characteristics. I see you have the sun, you have the roses. So you kind of have like light, moon, you have the third eye here. You got some sort of plants that could be nurturing. You got love connection. You got I believe this is like energy overall, like the crystal in the middle. A lot of characteristics, I would just say for this card. I feel like this is just represents your characteristics or what you kind of should be focusing on. And I want to say this real quick. Again, this video is not to lecture. This channel is not to lecture nobody, but we all chase desires of happiness and goals and things like that, right? So it's important that we focus on our human attributes as well. See, if we can focus our time and energy onto other things that they give you joy, but they don't really give you joy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you ever see somebody like a football player or any type of person that's been doing something for some time. They make their money and they buy their jewelry and they buy whatever they desire, like their wants, but they really double back on man, I was a good person, or I was good at that game, or I was like, they really, it's like something about the human. I feel like it's something about us that we just kind of get excited about the quality of things, even though we enjoy the quantity, like the materials that we gain. We often go back and double back to the qualities, like how well we doing our work, because that's something that you can really heal no matter how old you are. You can always look back on how good you were as a person, or how good you were with certain things, and how, how skillful you were. So I feel like try your best to mentally focus on those type of things throughout your day, or even just make time for them. If you're in a relationship, make time for your connection. If you're trying to gain knowledge, make time to read some books. If you're trying to unlock your full potential, just try your best to again, make schedules, make routines. Like I said, you guys are gonna do what you do, but I found it helpful for me, so I'm just kind of sharing the information. I just feel like it's valid, so it's important, focus on those characteristics that make you who you are, right? All right, let's see, what do we have for the leaders? We have Knight of Wands. We have Knight of Wands. From my perspective, you could be handling things pretty well. Again, coming back or looking back on when the girl had her wand, you could be kind of having, oh, it is a wand. Okay, that makes sense why it's called wands. Okay, so you could be handling things pretty well. I see this person as kind of like a dancing stature, like they look like they're kind of, dancing with it or having fun with it. Having fun with your business, that could be something, right? Because they're kind of like in a business attire, or at least well dressed, or at least from the shadow perspective. I can't really see detailed what they're wearing, but from a shadow perspective, it's not really multicolored. So I'm assuming from the shadow, meaning when I say shadow perspective, if you look here, you can see kind of is like a button, or not a button, but similar to like a suit, how a suit will be layered. And then you have the pants and you have the shoes, long pants, long shirts. Then you have the well, I wouldn't say cuffs because it's kind of, I was gonna say white cuffs, but it looks like it's just a reflection of the person, of the skin complexion. But listen, as far as like business, this could be a business mentality you could be having, like learning to have fun with your business, figuring out creative ways to have fun with it, figuring out creative ways to kind of enjoy your business, however it is you work through monetary gain, things like that, right? So enjoying your business side of things, that could be that could be meaning, learning to enjoy it. Even if that just means, even if at the moment you don't know exactly what you're doing, or you feel like you're uneasy, whatever, just fine. I always find with things that I've accomplished, or certain personal things that I really enjoy, and I just smile at them, like I might not sound amazing right now in this video, but I'm giving my own personal approach, which kind of makes it a little bit better. You know what I mean? So just focus, like I said, be optimistic regardless of what's going on in your life. Try to focus on the positive, because that's what's going to, in the end, help you out the most, right? But yeah, you could be having fun, finding those little moments within your business that can kind of have fun with whatever it is that you gain with monetary results. That could be having fun with business. What else do we have for the leaders? That's a lot of cards, but we're gonna pick out the Eight of Swords and the Hermit. Give me a second. Let me just pull these back. Okay, so we have the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. It kind of came like that, so that's how we're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't see that. Hold on. Let me bring these back down here. Give me a second. Y'all should be able to see it in the camera. Okay, so these two came out. Let me hold these up. Trying to hold them up how they came out. They came out like this. So this is gonna be the one first. We're gonna pull out the Hermit first. I know I said Eight of Swords first, but it kind of the way it was layered. It was like the Hermit was over here and the Eight of Swords was over here. Like I said, I read a certain way, so it is what it is. Okay, so we have the Hermit. From I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, like, I'm not even gonna say verbatim, verbatim until I 100% know. So I'm gonna go off my instincts until I actually like. And I've been reading the pamphlet, but I want to explain in my own way. So I'm going to be using my instincts until I know verbatim word for word, and then I'll go ahead. And you know what's crazy? As you read more, eventually you start to naturally put that in. So some of what I say most likely is going to become from the book, the pamphlet. But listen, from my perspective, when it comes on the hermit, we all know a hermit is similar to like a crab. Well, so I won't say we all know, but that's what I've assumed it will be, right? Or at least from my from what I can recall. Now, this could be self-reflection because you know it's a mirror and stuff in front of them, and focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish at times. It just means creating those moments. It's like, for an example, even if you're in a love connection, like a relationship, you can shower together, but most likely you're gonna use the bathroom independently. It's like those moments, right? So if we take those moments and put them on a bigger scale, like if you're using the bathroom by yourself, maybe you can take 15 minutes to do some yoga or whatever the case is. Maybe you can do something that's going to allow you to reflect on who you are as an individual. And I say this often, but I want to keep repeating it because I feel like it's informative. We can't love no one else till we love ourselves, because you can't give me something you don't have, right? So it's important that we self-reflect. I just want to say that. I think that's pretty much it for this card. That's all I really have. Next one we have for you guys is Eight of Swords. I'm picking up just protection right here. I'm picking up like the lady's blindfolded. You know, she's pretty much got her hands in the air, which is showing more of a. It's not really a defensive stance. You know what I mean? So it's not something that it seems that you have to use physical force to fight back. This could be, you know, certain energies and things like that. This could be certain emotions that you might be going through pertaining to a person, place, or thing. And this could be showing us protection, like no matter what is going on in our surroundings. I feel like as long as we just focus on our inner peace and our inner selves, as this lady is, doesn't look like she's fighting back or anything like that. Looks like she's very focused. I feel like things will just start to unfold, right? So I just want to give you guys that information. But yeah, things will unfold as long as we focus on our peace and our mature. Now, you're gonna do practical things to make things happen. Of course, you're gonna, you know, be consistent with your work life and things like that. But eventually, it will play itself out. All right, what else do we have for the Leos? All right, and your final card is reversed Five of Cups. Now, Five of Cups. To me, if you place this card like this, it's similar to a sunrise, right? I mean a sunset. I'm sorry. So I feel like, hold on. If they say reverse, so if this is reverse, the sunrise is kind of like the beginning of the day, and then the sun ending is the more so the reverse. So if I would look at this card like this, I would say it's a sunrise, right? I look at it like this in reverse, I say it's more like a sunset, something like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but in reverse, I feel like it would be more of a sunset because I feel like it's the opposite of rise. So I feel like something could be setting for you guys, right? Something could be setting in. Something could be something could be setting. Now wait, I want to see how can I make it make sense? Setting to mean go down. Okay, something could be coming to probably an end. If that, and no, it doesn't have to be negative. It could be just, let's say you're switching careers, or you've because even with relationships, it only works if two parties want to work. So don't get discouraged if your relationship isn't currently working out, because it might be someone else there for you that wants to be there more than that specific person you're with. I'm not trying to say that is negative to say like, oh, this person don't love you, but you would know because both parties will work together. That's just how relationships work, right? So I want to put that out there before I say this statement. If whatever it is that seems like it's coming to an end, it just means it's setting. When a sun sets, a sun rises. Or when the sun sets, the moon rises. However you want to look at it, it's something going to be coming in replace of that. So it's okay if things seem like it's falling apart and things like that. If let it shall be, let it be. Things will happen for a reason. Everything's happens in sync, right? So I just want to give to you guys something could be said in your life. Like I said, don't know if I read that correctly, but we will, as time goes on, we will find more ways to read them, if that makes sense, because I'm going to be reading pamphlets and things like that. So I want to give you guys the readings, give them to appropriately, as well as educate myself as time goes on. We'll get it done. But hopefully whatever I said helped you guys in a way. If it did, let me know in the comment section below if it was accurate, if it assisted in anything, if I assisted, if I helped, if the messages from spirit. I say it's from spirit because I believe we're souls. We all have spirit walking in us because we're soul, right? I mean, when your body fails, your soul leaves. So I feel like we're all a part of the spirit team and things like that. You have negative ones and positive ones, but we're not going to discuss that. Not on this video. Well, video is already finished, so just wanted to say that to you guys real quick. But I do feel like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this video. If you guys made it through all the way, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.